Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in. We are in Sweden, and in this video I like to test or compare two camp knives. I think they are somewhat comparable, so let's unbox them because they are brand new, and then we'll do some testing. This is the front of the box, made in the USA. And then we have some information about the company, I think, and on the back side, which is a nice addition, some survival information with declination and other stuff, crossing rivers, and some signs. And you know, you never know when you're gonna need that, so maybe you can cut that out and put that in your survival kit or whatever. And of course the rest of the box. All right, so let's just open it. It slides off. And then we have a basic box. Let's see how we can open that, like so. All right. In the box is the knife already in the sheet, so we'll take that. And we have some stickers and I don't know, some information there. All right. So the box is empty. Then we have to open this up. Would be nice if I had a knife. That is it's really good plastic. All right. So look at that. Inside is also a card from ESEE, and on the back side is some of that information that was also on the back of the box. I didn't see that one coming, and here is another one. So I think you get two of those. One with the ESEE logo and one with, I don't know, what is that? Adventure training. Some sort of, I don't know, some sort of advertisement for some outdoor stuff, which is very neat. Okay, the stickers, let's just move that out of the way because we don't want to take all day. All right, the knife. You can see that it is a beautiful sheath. It has a simple belt loop, no danglers, no things attached, so that is what you have to use. It is nice and thick leather. I will go over the specs at the end in a diagram, so don't worry. So let's take the knife out. All right. And there is the knife. Now, of course, it's a little bit over 4-inch blade, 1095 steel. It is relatively thick. I believe it's 3.1 or 3.2 millimeters, and the handle is made of some sort of, I don't know, I will look that up, but and it's contoured with a lot of, well, let's say holes, what do you call them, pins, of course, that you can undo with a wrench, and it's a little bit thin. The handle. I've seen other videos, a lot of people comment about that. It feels really nice and strong. Alright, so that is the PR4 Camp Lore. So we're gonna do some cutting later on. Nice leather sheath. Let's unbox the next one. Alright, the box. This is the K-Bar Commando, and also made in the US. On the back side, some more information. The box is rather basic, but still, it opens like this, and then inside is a lot of air, the knife, and I think some sort of warranty paper. Nothing else. This one is open on the top. Okay, that is nice. Okay. Of course, there is somewhat of a price difference there, but let's just look at the knife. It has a Kydexy kind of sheath, a belt loop with, I think, Velcro. It can probably, yeah, you can probably undo that, or maybe change it to the other side, so if you're left or right-handed. A snapper there, and a belt loop, which is indeed made of sort of a nylon, sort of like a safety belt material. A little bit thicker though. And alright, so it looks nice. It's a nice package. Let's take the knife out. It has a bloody good retention. Alright, so let's look at this knife. This is the K-Bar, and you can see why I compared it, maybe, it is also a 4-inch blade, drop point, and it's also quite a thick stock, and the handle has also quite a lot of bumps and things. It's a little bit thicker, I think, so a little bit rounder handle right from the get-go, and also feels really nice. So let's put them side by side. Let's start with the blades. You can see that it is a very, well, similar sort of a bushcrafty camp knife with Kephart design, and the handles, the whole, you know, blackish blades. I mean, they have a sort of like the same vibe in my opinion, but the sheaths, of course, are totally different. This is more, I think, the traditional leather bushcrafty style, and this is more the survival, easy maintenance, black ops kind of stuff. So, you know, there is a taste difference, definitely. I think they're both functional in their own rights. My preference is leather sheets, but you know that. Alright, so these are the two knives. Let's go and do some cutting tests. Okay, just so we know, they're new out of the box, and I just want to see how sharp they come from the factory before we start comparing. So this is the K-bar. Let's just, okay. Well, it's really sharp. I mean, it cuts. The paper is a little bit moist because it's been outside a little bit. So, okay, this is the ESEE. Yeah, it's also very sharp. I think this one is a little bit sharper out of the box, the K-bar, but you know, they both cut. Alright, so we're on relatively equal grounds. If you're doing some camp work, you need a knife that is, I think, thinner and smaller than your bushcraft blade, because that's probably not the knife you're going to use, and it should be able to do some light whittling as well. So let's just see how it does with some ordinary slicing and dicing. So here I have some, yeah, what do you call this? Some strap. So let's start with the K-bar. Well, easy. ESEE. Well, both very, very easy. Maybe some rope. Maybe you want to cut some rope, and like, oh, super easy. A little less easy, but still easy enough. Okay, so here I have some sisal rope. Maybe like this. Very easy. Oh, let's see if we can make that double. Nope. Double. Yeah, very easy. And double, just so that we know. Yeah. Okay. Maybe some food. I brought a potato just so, I don't know. So we start with the ESEE. Let's see if we can make some fine pieces. You would probably use thicker pieces altogether, but alright, this really is not bad. Let's see how the K-bar goes. Fine. Yeah, I mean, again, they're not super slicers. That was to be expected. The blades are way too thick for that. Let's do an onion. maybe just a little bit of a different structure there. Yeah, now you really feel that the blade is actually a little bit thick. But still, I mean, you know, for a bushcraft situation, you can do some pretty decent. All right. Okay. I have to say, it feels like with the onion that the K-bar is easier. I have also, okay, a sausage. Let's start with this one. All right. So that is pretty tough. All right. Oh. Ah, well, okay. I mean, it works, but it's tough. But I also brought, yeah, my favorite camp knife so far. I have many, of course, but this is my Mora #1 with laminated steel. I put some leather on the handle, and the sausage, on the other hand, I mean, it's just easier. I mean, I hardly have to work. And then with these knives, I'm really fighting it. I mean, not that it is not working. Let's be clear. I think this one is actually slicing a little bit better all over, all around, I have to say. I have some a tie wrap. I mean, yeah. Poof. Easy. Poof. All right. This one. Yeah, they work. They work. All right. Now, piece of wood. So let's start with the ESEE. I'm just gonna go first. I'm just gonna do a little bit of cutting just to see if it wants to. Okay, just take my old school favorite. Jesus, look at that. I mean it. Okay, so this. Okay, this is a Scandi grind. I get it, and this is of course a flat grind. Which one was I using? But this is just not as easy. So just so you know, these are not really wood carving knives. Let's do the other one. A little bit bitier. I hope you can see that. The chunks are bigger, it slices easier. Yeah? So this one has a little bit more bite. Let's do, or let's try a feather stick. Oh. I have to find the angle a little bit, but I would say with a little bit of practice, this thing definitely feather sticks. And the handle is pretty decent as well. A little bit thin for my hands, but for a camp knife, for a slicer, definitely not bad. Okay, then I just turn the block around and I take the camp lure. Ooh, look at those feather sticks. Okay, just to be clear, Oh, I think it's the wood. Somewhat. You see that? I think in terms of feather sticking, they're pretty equal. Few more tests, just because it's a camp knife. You want to maybe do a little bit of fire striking. I don't know. This K-bar has actually coating on it. I don't know if that is going to make a difference. No, it really, holy crap, doesn't really want to throw sparks. And the coating is also starting to damage. I mean, that is to be expected. But okay, this one it has coating, but the top is clean. Oh, yeah, okay, definitely. Okay, throwing sparks, definitely the ESEE. Now this is, of course, yeah, it's commando knife. It's probably for survival-y purposes. So it doesn't have that 90-degree spine, so maybe you can grind that on yourself. Let's do a little bit of batoning for small pieces only, because it's a camp knife, not a forest bushcraft thingy what. So we start with this piece with the K-bar and just see. Well, I think very easy. Okay, I would definitely do that, and then maybe a piece of birch or something. So yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, I have to say the hits, the force is actually really well. I mean, it transports through the handle. So you feel it in the handle with every hit, but it does baton very decent for sure. Let's try the other one. Well, let's start here. And again, you feel every hit in the handle. I don't slam all the way through the ground, obviously, because of the rocks and the pebbles. I would definitely destroy the grind. So oh, it really hurts in my hands. Every force is, because of the handle is so thin, it puts everything in the steel, and you really feel that. All right, but it does do the job pretty decent also. I mean, yeah, not too bad. Okay. All right, I think we've done a lot of cutting and carving. The cameraman also did everything I did as well, and we kind of had the same issues here and there. So let's get to the conclusion. So we have been using the knives a little bit off camera here and there, and let's go to the conclusion more or less. Now let's start off with the prices. Now I bought them in the Netherlands, and that's always a bit of a difficult thing, because knives from the US are heavily taxed before they even get to our stores. So the prices are definitely not what you pay in the United States or elsewhere probably. This one, of course, leather sheath. This one more with the Kydexy stuff. They're both hardened to about 57, 58 HCR. I think they're both 1095 steel. I'll check that. But what did we find? Well, as we were testing these, we were also using, as a sort of like a comparison, my favorite camp knife so far, the Mora one with the laminated steel. and we also checked it against the Bark River Mini Bushcrafter, I think it's called. This one has a convex edge, and so here is the problem that we found while using these knives. And I mean, you all have to make up your own mind, of course, and you all have your own pros and cons and things that you need, what you want, etc. Just so you know. First of all, as a camp knife, I think they're too thick. So they are pretending to be sort of like a bushcrafty, survivally baton knife, but they're not really good at that either. I mean, not excelling at it either. So the blades should have been a little bit thinner, because then you gain a lot of sliciness, which you use around the camp. Another thing is that the handle of these ESEE knife is really uncomfortable, too thin, and when you really start doing a little bit of bushcrafting, it really is uncomfortable. And this one actually all round is actually the nicer knife to use. They don't differ much. I mean, there's not much difference in use all round. One excels a little bit better than the other in carving and cutting and blah blah, but they're pretty similar. Of course, the ESEE has a 90-degree spine, which is quite a nice thing to have in the campsite. But in conclusion, for the money, if you are going to spend a lot of money, around 170 as they retailed, a little bit more, and you get a really nice, I don't know, in America I think these are around $200 or so, a nice Bark River convex knife, thinner blade, performs all round better than these two will ever do, and this one in Scandi will carve better any day than these knives will ever do. And of course this one is only a fraction of the cost. In other words, they're great knives. They certainly have a certain appeal. They do what they want to. They do what they do. But as a camp knife, I wouldn't buy them, because they're just not. They're not excelling in anything. They're not particularly good. They're not particularly comfortable. But if I have to choose one, for the sake of having a knife like this, I would pick the Commando, the K-Bar Commando, because of the handle. It's more comfortable. Now I know people swap out the handle of these ESEEs, and I believe that really improves the functionality. So yeah, that is definitely an option, but of course that's gonna set you back another, what, $40 or so, getting the handles and putting them on and stuff. Okay, so I think this ends the video for now. If you have any questions, put them in the comment below, and I'll put a diagram with all the specs at the end so you can check everything out. And thanks for watching. See you next time.